So, what number of camp is this for y'all? Spring training.
Third for both of us? Yeah, third
for both of y'all.
Third one.
Yeah.
It's grinding.
Yeah. What's been your experience so far? You've only been here.
I've only been here
about
like
a week?
5 days or so.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I'm in the early minor league mini camp, so it's not like, I guess it's not like fully spring training yet. I guess the other guys come in at like March 4th or something like that.
About a week or something.
But I mean, it's been awesome. I went to Instructs too, so that's kind of like a little taste of what it was.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really fun. The weather's been super nice too. It's not been too hot.
Yeah, I had to do Instructs my first year, and it's pretty tough after like the college season and then the whole like the Brooklyn season. It's kind of tough, like those last 3 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
But
so what was your route? You got drafted. You went to Brooklyn.
Yeah. So I got drafted, and then like 2 or 3 days down here doing like all our medical stuff. Then went straight to Brooklyn, and then started playing the whole season there. Instructs. He skipped it because he had to graduate or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, who knows what he was doing. But then I went Instructs, then Columbia, St. Lucie, then Binghamton.
Okay.
Yeah, so I basically hit all the steps from
So you hit Binghamton last year?
Yeah.
And St. Lucie?
Yeah. So I was first half in St. Lucie, and then like I made like 9 starts in AA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it like true what they say, like once you reach AA, like that's when you start seeing like the real competition? Or?
Well, I mean, there's competition in like
Yeah.
in the Florida State League, but like the ball doesn't fly here like it does like up there. Like up there, the ball flies. Like down here, you can kind of get away with like a 2-0 fastball that they just hit in the air.
Especially in Florida, the big ballparks.
Air's pretty thick too.
Yeah, the air's heavy. The ballparks are big. Minor league ball doesn't go as far as big league ball, and California league's a little different. Just neither of us have played out there, but supposedly it flies a little better out there. But yeah, there's definitely a difference between here and getting.
Yeah, how is the pitching just compared to St. Lucie? Like
it's more
because everyone that I've talked to has always said like once you make that jump to AA, like those are like big league players that are right on like the brink.
Yeah, I mean there's talent at every level. Like there's definitely talent at every level. I'd say in AA it got more refined. Like guys had 3 pitches, 4 pitches, so you couldn't just eliminate a curveball or eliminate a changeup. Like you had to be ready for anything at any time. They throw bat, they just like pitch backward and start you off with off speed and get a little crafty. So you gotta be on your toes. But the umps get better too. So the zone you can shrink your zone a little bit. So you just have to be a better hitter. Obviously,
someone told me that there's gonna be that robot strike zone in the Florida State League this year.
That's what I've heard too. Yeah, I've heard too. I don't know how I feel about that. Because like they can't like.
I kind of like it as a hitter.
They can't like change its size though. So like you're gonna have the same strike zone as like Jose Altuve would have.
That's actually true.
Yeah. Because like
they're gonna have to make just one dimension of a strike. Yeah.
It's like gonna be tough. Like Gio, he was in the Frontier League, I think.
Yep.
Like the Indy Paul League, and they did it last year. He was showing me videos like balls were crossing at like his neck, and they were called strikes. And then like curveballs would bounce.
Yeah, I saw the Arizona Fall League. One of the curveballs was like he caught it in the dirt, and they called it.
Is it like next to the bottom and strike? Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about it.
But at the same time, like if I do get called out on a pitch like that, then I'm like, well, it did cross the strike zone in the zone. So like I know like it was a strike. Like I can't be mad at anyone but myself for not swinging.
Can you really hit a ball that like bounces up there?
Yeah.
Or like the backed up curveball, the one that like comes in like that? Like you can't really hit those, and they're gonna be strikes. But no, I think in AA definitely the hitters are like they kind of know what they're trying to do with like every at bat compared to like in high, like the good players, like low A, high, like the really good players. They kind of know they're good, so they're just going to swing hard most of the time. But like in AA, they're like, I'm looking for like something outer half, and I'm just going to get extended. And like, if you don't throw it there, you'll get them out. But then as soon as you throw it there, double. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's like the bigger difference is that like when they get their pitch, they don't really miss. Yeah. Compared to like high A, you get away with stuff.
I don't know about you, but it was the first time that I like played with and against a lot of guys that had big league time. Other than rehab guys, whether it's in Brooklyn or Florida State League, like that was the first time that I was playing on the team with guys that had big league time, against guys that you saw on TV, stuff like that. So that was cool. And then you're playing against those guys, and you realize like, hey, I can hang, I can do this. Gives you some confidence and shows you what you need to get better at. So it's just part of getting better.
So I think I saw you on TV the other day. Did you play in a big league game?
Yeah, we've been backing up some of the guys that were here early on February 9th. They got us ready to back up those games, so they'll probably do that like next year. They'll probably get you over there. But
did you throw somebody out?
Yeah, I threw someone at home plate,
yeah,
which is
I saw
fun.
that.
Yeah, it's always nice to do something when you get a chance in those games. You know, try to make an impression.
Cool. Have you gotten a big league game yet?
No, not yet. Hopefully this season though. Okay. Like once we start throwing bullpens and get into it, maybe.
They usually need guys, especially early on, like they're not going to play 9 innings, and if they have a split squad or something like that, they'll just need bodies for the last couple innings and might get an at-bat or two and just see what happens, have fun. Yeah, it's cool to be in a big league.
How'd your at-bats go?
Not as well as throwing someone out at home, but
Who'd you face?
I haven't faced anyone that I knew so far.
Okay.
Because it's been towards the end of the game.
Yeah, they could have been minor leaguers.
Yeah, could have been guys like that, so no one that I knew. But last year, got to face DeGrom in a sim game, which was cool.
How was that?
Did
you see the ball?
He's won 2 Cy Youngs for a reason, or 2 back-to-back Cy Youngs for a reason. So that was cool, though. It's just fun to be around those guys and try to keep up.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is one of the best parts about spring training, like facing those big league guys. Yeah. Like when they come over, like need extra ABs, throw live against them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Whenever I saw DeGrom was pitching in the sim game, I just wanted to go watch, because I've never even.
Were you guys over there yet?
No, we haven't been over there yet.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah. It's fun to watch. It's fun to just kind of be in the dugout. Like I was there for the game yesterday, and the center guard was throwing, and it's just cool to watch from the dugout because you've seen it on TV, you've seen it on Twitter or whatever, but it's totally different when you're in the dugout watching it happen. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So whenever the other guys get here for spring training, like, will we play like games?
Yeah. So usually we do like the simulated games early, or like just like inter squad games. Yeah. Okay. Usually do those first, and then we play like the Nationals, the Astros, the Phillies, like the Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals. Yeah. Like all those teams after.
That'll start like the middle of March probably.
March.
It's only like 12 or 13 games, I think.
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah, it's not very many games, and then break camp and go wherever you're going and start the season.
So whenever you personally start the season, like, did you feel like you had to like kind of get used to live pitching because you've only seen it for like 13 days?
Yeah, I mean we get live ABs sometimes. I don't know if you guys have had any yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, it still takes a little while in the beginning to get your timing down, but you just gotta do what you can during spring training to see the arm movement, see some, like stand-in. We did standing in a lot last year on bullpens and stuff like that. If you need extra, just ask, hey, can I come stand in, stuff like that.
Yeah, just like track a bullpen or something.
Yeah, just to track, to see the arm coming at you, because it's different than a machine, and you got to see some velo and stuff like that. So
yeah, I feel like hitters usually like catch up to the pitchers. You know what I mean? Like pitchers start the season real hot. Yeah. And then the hitters usually catch up.
Yeah, for sure. We got to get our timing down.
Yeah.
Y'all are just throwing.
Yeah, that's it.
The same
that's the same thing. It's the same thing as like a bullpen. Just let it go. Yeah. Dude, I love those inter squads. Because I like talk trash before we go out there. It just makes it so much more fun.
And you know the guys you're pitching
Exactly.
against.
That's what makes it so fun. I hope I face you this year. I hope I do. Get revenge for that. We'll see. You and Winokur are my two this year. Yeah. I already started. Did you face Winokur? He says we did, and like he pulls up the stats, and like it says he got a couple hits on me, but I don't remember that at all.
You erased that.
Yeah, I knocked that out so quick. Supposedly, so he was with YD, and like I had my best games against YD. I think I gave up like 3 hits, and he had 2 of them, like a double and a triple, like something crazy like that. So he's got me a couple times. So hopefully this year. Just drill more.
So how'd y'all's off-season workouts go? Like, where do you live in the off-season?
So I live in Alpharetta, Georgia, and then I went to the this place called Rapid Sports in Woodstock, and it's like 50 or 60 professional baseball players just work out there in the morning. So like Zach Wheeler works out there.
That's close to you?
It's like 30 minutes from me, yeah. So like a bunch of like pro guys, Michael Chavis, who's the center fielder for the Colorado?
Blackman?
Yeah. Blackman works out there. Like, so a bunch of guys like that work out there, and then just get in there and lift, and then like it's pretty cool. Like everything's in there. I talk smack a lot. You're gonna learn that. I talk smack a lot. So like the lifting stuff, like our numbers will be up on the board, like how fast we're moving the weight, and like so it's pretty cool. It's like kind of competition. Yeah. So I liked it.
Do you have to do you work out a lot during the season, just like maintain?
During the season, yeah, I probably get like 3 lifts in a week, I guess, 3 lifts. But like some people like to lift every day, like 4 times. Some people like to lift like once, you know. It just depends on the person. But I like to get like 3 in.
Just to maintain.
Yeah. Like I'm not trying to like put up PRs or anything like that. Just like normal weight.
Yeah.
You want to feel good at the end of the year. I mean, this will be your first time playing a lot of games.
You lift a lot, don't you? You're
yeah,
always
I like to be in there, you know, almost every day doing something. Not necessarily a full lift, but just so when August comes around, like you still got your legs there, you still feel quick. Because it adds up. It takes a toll on your legs for sure.
140 games, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of games. You know, moving around on the field, all that stuff. So I feel like getting in the weight room is important just to feel fresh. Obviously, you don't want to do too much because you got to perform every day. So that's the difference. In the off season, you can blow it out in the gym and you don't have to do anything. But during the season, you got to make sure that you get your work in because you know it's going to benefit you in August. But you also got to be able to perform that night. So that's the difference with like off season and in season stuff. But you just got to feel it out, and then you'll figure it out when you're kind of going through it. Like, all right, I'm a little too sore, or hey, I can push it a little more. Your first time playing baseball in full or whatever, full season probably. So a lot of games. Yeah,
it's just making adjustments like during the season. Like I'm not a hitter, so I mean I only pitched 24 times last year. So like I can personally like kind of lift heavier than like the position players because I got like 5 days in between.
Yeah, you got some
But
rest
like
time.
yeah, I know like a lot of the position players like take it easy on their lifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're playing every day.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that. That's nuts. Couldn't imagine.
I do what you guys do. I would be bored out of my mind if I had to stand on the railing for 4 days.
I mean, you find out ways to entertain yourself, honestly.
Yeah, I've seen that. You guys entertain yourselves, yeah.
Nah, it's not too bad. Like, if you kind of like just pay attention to what's going on, it's not that bad. You get used to it. The same way you get used to playing every day. I get used to just putting my turfs on and watching y'all play every day. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
So I got drafted in 17 in like the 4th round, but like a couple hours before the first day, like I got like 3 calls and they were like, "Hey, we're thinking about like taking you in the second round, all this stuff." So I was like kind of pumped, thinking like, "Oh, might be a day 1 guy," and then like day 1 passes. I was like, it's not that big of a deal because I didn't really think I was going.
Yeah.
And then day 2 comes and like the Mets are like one of the first people to call me. Like the draft started and then like my phone starts ringing and the Mets are like, "Hey, we want to take you like in the 3rd round. Like, what are you gonna sign for all this?" So like then I'm going back and forth with like my mom and dad. Like, what do you think I should do? My agent's like, "Yo, do this. Tell the Mets this, but do this." Like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then
is this pretty close to your pick?
yeah. So this was like it started like 15 picks before, and they were like, "Yo, will you take this much?" I'm like, I don't know what I want to take, do this or that. And they were asking like pay cuts. I was like, cool. We finally got to a number. Yeah, I'll take it. They were like, all right, stay by your phone. A couple picks go by. Call me again. Hey, you still staying at that number? Yep, staying at that number. A couple more picks go by. They're like, call me again. Are you sure? I was like, yeah, that's how low I'm going. They're like, all right, keep your phone on you. And then Quinn got drafted. And I was like,
in the second round.
In the third round. Then he got drafted. I was like, hate to see that. And then they called me right after. They were like, "Hey, we got this number for you in the 4th round. We're gonna take you." And I was like, "All right, sounds good." So that's how mine went. And then I just like threw a party at my house after that.
Yeah.
So mine was pretty fun though.
Yeah, mine was a little bit different. I actually ended up going to the draft.
Oh yeah.
So that was actually like super crazy because like we were just talking about these bright lights and these cameras. Like right after I got picked, we were in New York. We were in the New York market. Like 100 microphones, 100 cameras, like in my face. Like they were interviewing me. It was coming over the loudspeaker in Studio 42. It was a pretty surreal moment, and I would have missed out on it if my agent and my family weren't like, "Oh, this is gonna be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like you need to go to it. Like you need to experience it." And luckily it worked out. I was kind of sweating it a little bit before because everyone said I was going to be kind of like a late first rounder, but luckily, like they picked me early and it's number 12.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. You never know what's gonna happen in the draft. Like,
yeah, you know.
How'd that go down at the studio today?
I mean,
call you right before, and then obviously
because I had my phone like in my jacket the whole time, and I had no idea what was going on. I thought I was going to go 16th, and I kind of like heard my phone buzz on pick 11, and I like looked back at my dad, and my dad was on his phone because he was in the dugout like right behind me, and he was like gave me this smile, and I was like, oh no, here we go. And so then the guy came up on the stage and was like, the New York Mets select Brett Baty, and I was like, oh my gosh, my life just changed. It was actually crazy. It was awesome.
You'll never forget that.
No, I won't.
That's wild.
It was super fun. So how was your draft experience?
Mine was great. Mine was pretty chill, pretty easy. I had to finish up finals at school just a couple of days before the draft, and then my aunt and uncle lived not far from school, so I drove out there. They have a beautiful ranch out there, and I was like, let's just get somewhere that's kind of away from everything. I just don't want to stress about it too much. Just go chill. And day one, I wasn't really following too much. I just, at that point, I talked to my agent and kind of like, all right, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I tried not to follow it, not to stress about it or anything like that. And day two rolls around, and same thing. I'm kind of following on my computer, seeing what's going on. And then he just called me a few picks before. Says, hey, the Mets want to do this. What do you think? And I just kind of said, what do you think? I don't know. I have no idea. That sounds great. What do you think? He's like, yeah, let's do it. So a couple minutes later, not even 2 minutes later, my name pops up on the thing. My mom's going crazy, crying. My girlfriend's there crying. I'll never forget it. It was really special. And then my aunt and uncle were actually out doing something. And 30 minutes later, they come back with like 10 Mets hats, and
awesome.
We're all wearing them and hanging out. My whole family's there, so it was really
cool.
out
on a little ranch in California.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm sure everyone won't forget their draft experience, but it's special. I mean, it's life changing for everybody. You get a chance to keep playing
It's
ball.
surreal. Like when your name pops up, it doesn't feel real for a second. It's crazy.
It definitely didn't feel real.
Did you have a party when you got home or anything like that?
Yeah, a bunch of my friends came over and my family too, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
And one thing that was actually super cool was my dad texted, so everyone, since I couldn't have a draft party at my house, everyone had their own little draft party about where they were, and my dad texted everybody right before I got picked and was like, get your cameras out, get the reaction of everybody. And so then everybody took a video of everyone's reaction, and then we all put it together, a little mashup video. And so I had this whole long video of all my friends and family just going crazy for me when I got picked. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
For you this evening, we have our house specialty. It's going to be our beggar's purse. It's a pear and goat cheese stuffed ravioli with a truffle cream sage sauce, spaghetti and giant meatball with a little bit of ricotta and melted mozzarella. We have our lamb chop lollipops with the mushroom marsala, veal chop salt and boca in the center. That's going to be done with our herb cream sauce with a little sun-dried tomatoes. And last, we have our fruta de mar, which is a seafood pasta and a slightly spicy red sauce over spaghetti.
Thanks so much.
Enjoy.
Nice, thank you.
Don't you have the same thing every start? Do you have Chick-fil-A? No.
Bro, we're not supposed to talk about that, bro. I already got in trouble for that earlier. Yeah.
That's not on the...
It wasn't on the nutrition plan.
That's not the nutrition plan?
The little meeting we had today did not pop up there.
Emily got mad at you?
Yeah, for sure. So I always eat Chick-fil-A. My first start, my junior year in college, we had a on-campus Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I go there, get a sandwich or whatever. I go out 5 shutty, 9 strikeouts, something crazy. So I was like, oh, I got to do that every single time. So I kept doing it through college, and then I got to Brooklyn, stopped doing it, started getting just tagged. So I was like, oh, got to go back to it. So then in Columbia and in here last year, I'd eat Chick-fil-A before every start, and I said that in an interview, and they tweeted it out. And then as soon as they tweeted it, Emily texted me. She was like, "Yo."
Wait, who tweeted it? Chick-fil-A tweeted it?
I wish. No, some just whoever interviewed me.
Oh, okay.
That was the headline. Chick-fil-A before every start. Tony Dibrell. Yeah, she was like, this is not it.
What did you notice the biggest difference from high school to your first experience in pro ball?
Are you enjoying everything, gentlemen?
It's really good.
So far, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Pretty much just the velo, obviously. But honestly, it was.
You're probably a pretty competitive high school baseball.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
Especially the summer right before.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was just literally playing every day.
Yeah.
Because like in high school, I played 3 times a week, and then I literally played every single day. It was just crazy. Like it was actually a job, and I knew that going in, but I didn't fully realize what it was gonna be.
Right. Even from college, dude, you don't play. It's the same thing. You don't play every day. You don't realize what that's like until.
I think summer ball is like the closest that you'll get to it, but like you're only playing for like a month or two.
It takes a toll on your body.
It is a grind, dude.
Yeah.
I did like. Everyone always said that it's a grind. Like it feels like it's forever. Oh my god! When you get to August, every day it's like, oh boy, here we go again.
That's why you do stuff like now. You just got to prepare yourself for the season. Beginning of the season, make sure you're doing the right things because when August rolls around, you don't want to be dragging because then it takes forever.
Yeah.
One thing that really helped me was like getting in like a routine every day. It really because like even if you feel bad, you just do the routine and like you'll get back to at least like even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like the routine helps so much. I know for like hitters, like it's huge.
Because when your body's tired and like your mind's tired in August, you just know like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I get in the cage. I got to do this, this, and this. And I'm ready for the game, and then go out there and just do your thing. Yeah, it's even more important when you're tired to have that routine to just kind of fall back into.
Did early in the season, like you had to kind of like look at it in a big picture, so you like didn't do like you didn't tire yourself out earlier in the season and then just be like dead dog tired by the summer, like the summer days. Because I feel like I might have that problem. Like I'll tire like I'll do a bunch of extra work at the beginning of the season and then just like tire myself out.
Yeah, I think that's probably different from person to person. You got to figure out what works best for you, which you'll figure out just by doing it and by going through a full season and stuff like that. You'll be able to gauge that like early on. You'll get to the end of April or whatever, and you'll say, okay, I feel pretty good. Like I can do a little more. Or if you're feeling tired in all the games and you know you need to back off a little bit or something like that. So
it's pretty easy. Like during the season, you can just listen to your body.
Yeah.
Like my big thing, all gas, no brakes. Like my first year going into like Columbia, my first full season, bro, I'd warm up to throwing balls as hard as I could every single time.
Yeah.
And like halfway through the season, I was like, I am exhausted. So instead of throwing like 30 throws at like 100%, I throw like 15.
Yeah.
You know? So like you still can get your work in, you just like cut back just a little bit. Because like you're in such a routine, like it's the same thing every time. So like
the most important thing is can you perform that night? Like can you go out there, get your 4 or 5 at bats, play defense, do all the things you need to do? Like that's the only thing that matters. The early work obviously can prepare you for that. But if it's making you tired and you can't play, then obviously you gotta change something. So you figure it out, you kind of adjust. Sometimes you feel great, sometimes you won't feel good. Day games, you might take 2 swings. You might get in there and be like, all right, I feel like my feel is there.
Yeah.
I don't need to take 100 swings before the game.
Right.
It's 11 a.m. Like, I'm just gonna take a couple swings. Like I know what I need is there, and just go play. Just have fun and go play. So.
That's what Ricky Bones, the big league pitching coach, he was like, he set us down at the beginning of the year. He's like, you're probably going to have 30 appearances this year, like out of the bullpen or like starting. He said 5, you're going to feel amazing. 5 of them, you're going to feel terrible. And he's like, it's what you do with those other 20 that really like matters. So like, if you can just stay consistent, like that's like the biggest part. Not really like the days you feel great or the days you feel bad. Those ones in between are the big ones. If I give up a home run, you pimp it, that's fine. Just don't get mad when I pimp my strikeouts, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. Because it happens, like, you're going to get got eventually. So.
I've been in center field for plenty of those.
Yeah, thanks.
Always wait for that on the strikeout, wait for the little strut afterwards.
I got to do it.
You got a strut?
Yo, I'm not going to lie. In Columbia, I was feeling myself. I like strike a dude out, I'll spin around, look dead in center field. Just like, just get it off me a little bit. It's pretty swaggy, I'm not gonna lie. I had like big, huge chains I'd wear. They'd be, like hit me in my eye like every pitch. It was swaggy.
So you turned around after you struck somebody out?
Yeah.
What were you? You just like. What were you doing looking at
So
center?
the real reason, so like I just thought it looked swaggy, and then like I did it one day, and I was watching the video, and then like it looks like I look right at the camera and do it. I was like, that's a bad boy right there. So I was like, bet.
Is it only on a third out strikeout?
Well, so
I'm running in, like shaking my head, like God, no, someone's gonna wear one of the ribs.
yeah, no, so like I was doing it like the first inning, and like our pitching coach Jonathan Hurst, you know, the big black dude, he was like, don't pip your strikeouts to like the 5th or 6th inning when like it's the last time facing us. So I was like, all right, cool. So it was really like if I was like rolling really good, I just feeling it, I'd do something. Or like if I knew the kid, like I'd do something usually, you know.
Yeah.
Like if I know you personally, I'm doing something for sure, every time.
How was the travel in Binghamton?
So for me personally, it wasn't that bad. Like I don't have a problem sleeping on the bus, which is like that's like the big part of it. But if you can sleep on the bus, it's not that bad compared to like Columbia. That was bad. Like going from Columbia to like West Virginia and like Jersey, like that was bad. Like 16 hours.
It's kind of like Brooklyn, probably.
Oh yeah.
Did you go on any road trips, or were you guys at home?
Yeah, we went to like
Just a couple.
Lowell, and
Yeah.
like I think we went to Vermont one time too.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's not too far, but I'd say the longest one was. There was one long one from.
It was like the end of the season.
Yeah,
too,
it was from Bowie to New Hampshire. That was like 9 or 10 hours, I think, maybe a little more. Most of them are 3 or 4 hours,
Yeah.
6, 7 hours.
And I've heard the travel in the Florida State League is pretty chill.
Oh, it's cake.
Oh, yeah.
2 hours.
The longest one's
Worst
3
one.
hours, maybe. Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Compared to all the other ones.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. So that's a perk of being in this league for sure.
Yeah.
The travel's good.
The ball does not fly though, so
Yeah.
hate to see that. Yeah. Especially like first data or Clover Park.
Wind's always blowing in.
Hitting one to right field is pretty tough. Not gonna lie.
Blowing out during spring training so far.
Really?
It's been howling out.
Maybe
Maybe different different
the
times a
windshields.
year maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I feel like last year it pretty much always played big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always blowing.
Yeah, if it was like 2-0, I just throw like this fastball up and then center field. Like
It's a great
every time. Yeah, every time. So I only gave up 1 home run here. And it was my first start. The first kid, it was that same kid, Mitchell, with
What
the
team?
Pirates.
Oh, Pirates.
Yeah.
At their place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He did that to me in Columbia too. Lead off the game, home run, first pitch. And then I saw I wrote it in a journal too. I was facing him again. I was like, yo, he's swinging the first pitch. And then sure enough.
You gave him a fastball?
Yeah, but I was like, I'm gonna just throw it like low and away. He'll ground out, quick 1 out, right down the middle. It's like, hate to see it. Hate to start the season off just like that, but it's all good. I struck him out the next at bat, so it's all good. He doesn't even remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember that stuff. As a hitter, like I don't know about you, but like I don't remember. Oh, I got to hit off this guy. I faced that. Like I feel like pitchers, all the pitchers I know, they're always like, he struck me out, or I struck him out last time. The time before that, he got a base hit.
Yeah.
But for
I
me,
only
like,
remember
I don't
something
remember.
like significant. If
Yeah.
I this kid struck me out 3 times, or if I hit a home run off this kid, but I don't remember just hits.
Either. I guess we have so many more bats off like different guys.
Like how
but-
many bats do you get a season? Like 500 something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only I face the same dudes every time. You know what I mean?
You pitched
Yeah.
24 times in a year.
Yeah, and
You have
it's like-
500 at bat.
Yeah.
You might face the same team 4 times too.
Dude,
so.
Columbia, remember I faced the Yankees like 6 times?
Yeah, exactly.
Like 6 of my starts were against the Yankees. It just,
And you wrote that stuff in a journal.
at that time, no. But like at the beginning of the season I did, and then it kind of fell off. Like it fell out of my routine. And then,
Did you think it helped?
yes and no. I sometimes I read way too far into what I wrote, and I'd psych myself out to where I'd be facing a guy, and I was like, yo, do not make a mistake inside, because he's just gonna you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'd be pitching scared almost compared to saying this kid can't hit this and that, throw that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd read way too far into it and then be psych myself out.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
Did you do anything like that this season? Or
Yeah, a little bit. I guess, did they give the whole organization that journal?
Yeah, the hitting drills.
Yeah.
from
So I
last
did
year.
that a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'll probably do it a lot more this year.
Yeah, I think as a hitter, it's a little more for me. I'm not gonna write down last time this guy threw me a fastball and whatever. You might jot that stuff down, but that's not necessarily the thing I'm going back to because we have plenty of scouting reports. We have the numbers. You can kind of see what these guys are doing. But for me, it's more, what was I feeling? What was my cage work like? What got me to have success, or what was I doing when I wasn't feeling as good? Mm-hmm. So then you can go back when you're on a little bit of a cold streak and look back to when you were hot and be like, okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was doing this. This was my feel. And that stuff changes, obviously, but you might still want to have it there to just look back on and say, oh, okay, that's what I was doing. Let me try it again and fall back into whatever was working, because sometimes you might just, not even on purpose, but you might just get away from that stuff for whatever reason. Long season, you're getting tired, whatever it is. So I think it's good to have that. And
more of like how you're feeling when you perform. I think is more what it's for.
Because the scouting stuff is all over the place. And that stuff, like the coaches will give you that and stuff like that. So.
It'll be interesting to see how they use the video this year, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we'd have to. Yeah, like
Astros stuff.
Yeah. Because I know, like during the game, like after like a couple innings, we'd go back and be like, "Yo, where was that pitch?" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
even like after that, you might run back and say, "Hey, where was that?" Yeah.
I feel like that
might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be changing.
It'll be interesting to see.
All that video stuff.
It's useful, but it's obviously can be used, for evil.
Remember that time? So like I was sitting next to Jeremy. He was like my locker buddy or whatever, and he was like kind of struggling. So I was like, "Yo, let's watch like all your doubles and all your home runs, right?" So we sit there for like 10 minutes. All we see is just like doubles, like perfect swings, right? Goes out there in the game 5 for 5. It was like the craziest thing I ever seen. So like ever since then, like every time he'd be down, I'd be like, "Yo, go watch your doubles, go watch your home runs." Just like
That's awesome.
I was struggling. I was like, strikeouts, fastballs every time, just to get like your confidence up. So yeah.
How hard do you throw?
90, 92, and then hopefully this year. I mean, I've been doing the velo program thing, so and like it's been like cleaning up my arm action a little bit. So hopefully, from 4s and 5s this season, I think pretty realistic. We'll see. I'm definitely pimping all my strikeouts. So there's that.
No little shoulder shimmy?
Yeah. See, there's a couple.
You gotta
good
get
ones.
a signature move.
Yeah, I know. So I've been thinking about it.
I think about it. At center field, what I see is you throw it the heater most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Always a heater, and your leg comes up. You kind of like stick your finish somewhere high, or your glove comes up, something like. It's like you stick your finish somewhere. I don't know where it is, but
I got like. So it started like I'd throw and just natural recoil, but like I feel like everybody does that one,
Yeah.
So like not really swaggy, and then like. So then I just like started like adding like extra flair, like I'll finish and just like hold my leg in the air or something, just so like the hitter sees it, Just anything like that, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. We gotta figure it out though. I practice it in my throwing program. Practice my finishes all the time. So.
pretty good.
Yeah. If you want to do it, you gotta practice it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll see. I might do it in lives. In our live ABs or whatever.
Test it out.
Yeah, I'll test it. Next week. Yeah. Next week. I still got to throw like 3 bullpens first. Like, I only threw 2 bullpens before I came here.
Yeah.
So.
Is that normal?
Last year, I threw 6 before I came, and I came like February 3rd. So then I threw 6 before I came, then threw 7, and then...
Did you throw too many before you came?
Way too many. Then 2 lives, and then started playing the games. And so, like, I went into the season, I was like, kind of like mid-season form compared to like, because I didn't really like know how to do it. So like my first year, at September, I put the ball down. I didn't pick it up till like the end of December. And then I threw like 3 bullpens, came in, threw like 5, and then ready to go. And then I was trying to work on stuff, so I like kind of went way too hard at the beginning. But it like evens out. Like at the end of the season, my bullpens were like short, sweet, like a couple of these. Yeah, just have some feel, get out, you know. Mm-hmm. But this year 2, and then they sent me up to Wake Forest for like the little bioanalysis, so they put like the dots all over our body, and then like went through our motion. So once they get all that stuff, they'll send it to me and like show me like some exercises, like if I need to like loosen my hips up or stuff, send me some of those, and then go from there. Yeah, it's a pretty dope experience.
Yeah, so you'll figure like that kind of thing. You'll figure out how to pace your off season, when you need to start getting your legs going, get your arm going. I don't really need to throw or feel like I need to throw until January, just because when you get here, especially if you're getting here early, you get plenty of time to get your arm going.
Yeah.
Hitting is more of a feel thing. If you want to pick up a bat the week after the season ends, it's up to you. I mean, I wouldn't blow it out, but if you just want to keep that feel there and keep that alive, like it's kind of just, that's probably person to person. And then
what about
stuff.
you?
I picked up a bat pretty soon after the season ended this year. Probably gave myself like 3 or 4 weeks, and then just like slowly got back into it. I didn't pick it up and go off the machine or anything, but just some flips, some tee, whatever I was doing at that point, just to like keep it there. Because sometimes you put the bat down for too long, you pick it up.
I know what you're
saying.
saying.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Get your legs going. If you want your legs to be ready when you get down here. Even, I mean, I don't know how the pitchers feel, but being on the field all day is so much different than just working out and then running and whatever. So probably I always try to like do more than I think I need to do, because I know when I get here that no matter what I do in the off season, like my legs are going to be a little tired. So just to try to add a little more volume before getting here. Just because being on your feet all day and your spikes, running around, like stuff like that kind of adds up. But
it's different for me.
It's different for you guys.
We go out there, throw a bullpen. That's it.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, get in the gym, lift.
Yeah, and then go home for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You don't know, man. You don't know.
Gentlemen, how did we enjoy ourselves tonight?
It was terrific. Thank you.
Excellent. Can we get you anything else? Dessert or coffee?
Stuff.
I'm good. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Have a great evening. It's our pleasure.
Appreciate it.